I had a few things. One was parking on the sidewalks, like in front of Club 180, and even right through that area, seems like they do it a lot.
Yeah.
We really need to work on that.
How many tickets you make? Kenny, you still writing tickets on parking on sidewalks?
Yes, I think I've turned probably about 20 of them into City Hall just the other day, pretty close to 20.
No, we're not, once they bring those in, we're not dropping that.
Right, we're waiting for
Okay.
money.
Because it's, if you notice right through that one stretch, it's really bad. I mean, you take somebody in a wheelchair, they can't get down the sidewalk. And I know somebody's gonna say, well, I don't see that many wheelchairs. It don't matter. It's the law.
Okay.
People starting to actually get used to it because we're starting to get less and less parking tickets. What it is, it's never really been enforced before, and now that it's starting to be enforced,
And
people starting to get used to it and park right.
And too, like late at night, people hanging around these parking lots and stuff. It ain't a lot, but we need to really watch that, especially with the crime that's going on the way it is right now. Then I had a question about the house that had the rocks fall on it over here. Did our insurance ever take care of that, or what's being done with it?
They're just about to settle it right now. They're gonna buy the house from Helen Hoffman.
Okay.
And they'll have to tear it down, or they're negotiating. It's another one of those deals, but we're not involved in that.
Okay.
That's the insurance company and them.
And then there was some flooding of Sue Bird's house in a ditch line. Did we take care of that, unstop the ditch?
Yeah, and so we have somebody put a steel plate across the grate where the water should have gone in.
Flooded her house?
And then flooded in her house, yeah.
Now, what took care of the flooding in her house? Did our insurance take care of that?
I don't even think there's a claim filed on it.
Okay, we need to check on that because if it did damage your house, I don't know what happened, but, you know, we need to make sure we take care of that.
She did.
And
she
Charles,
come in
can I
about a claim
address
on it?
that too?
Okay.
I was over there that day, she also called me. The county went in there today, and we put a berm up along the side of that road coming down behind her house.
Mhm.
That would divert that water right on down the street into the storm drain that Carl's talking about, into that ditch. She shouldn't have any more problems.
Good.
We fixed that today.
And then, we had the streets marked. There's 3 street lights that are up on Highway 119 that go right before you get, they've still not been turned on, and it's been 4 or 5 months now. We talked about there was a guy got killed in the car wreck.
Where is this on the bypass? When I don't.
You coming out of Springfield onto 119.
Yeah.
Those are still turned off. You come through there at night, it's pitch black.
They were on a couple of nights, Charles.
I don't know what happened to them, if they're defective or,
Probably defective. You know, lightning struck some of those things through up that way too.
every time I've come through there, they've been out. And we need to fix that one spot. It's a really dangerous spot.
You can't
Do you
even
ever,
see it turned
do you
off
ever,
for
do you,
that.
any of your patrol officers ever say anything about that? Have them check those lights.
I'll have them check them.
Yeah.
I've not actually asked about them. That's actually the first I've heard of them.
It's right
But
where
I'll
you
have
come
them
down.
I know what you're
Peter Cumberland
talking
right
about.
there.
'Cause I remember they was actually turned off at one time before.
Yeah, they've been on a couple of nights, I've noticed, just a couple of nights.
I'll have
It's
them,
like a
I'll
couple
actually
of
check
nights.
that tonight.
They're
And
back
then
off
we had,
again.
the guy came in here from Kentucky Utilities today. I was wanting us to take up light bills here.
Yeah.
What did he come up with on that?
No, we figured it was just too aggravating and too much for any kind of refund or payback wouldn't be worth taking the time, collecting money for them and everything.
Mhm.
And they went to Benham, and Benham told them they couldn't do it either, you know. It's just it's a collection process is what it is. Account the money, they wanted to, and you take their money, put it in your bank account, and they draw it out electronically.
Mm.
Out of
How
your
much,
bank
how
account.
much money do we make from that?
And what was it?
30 cents.
30 cents on each bill.
Well, that wouldn't even pay a salary, would it?
And that was for cash only checks, you just, there's no payment.
Another thing I had was, you know, the bridge by Family Dollar?
First they charge everything.
Yeah.
We need to contact the transportation department about that bridge. It's got, if you look at the pillars, I mean, you're talking about a new bridge, and this happened when I was on council in '06. We had to come and look at it. They did a little repairs, but it's breaking, big chunks breaking off the support pillars and just falling off. And I'm no bridge builder and don't claim to be, but I noticed they have the gutter on
Well,
there.
they have a state checking system in effect, don't they?
If they do or not, checking it, but it's,
Yeah, well,
the water, instead of running where they have the expansion joints in the bridge for it to flex, the water instead of running in, they put the gutter after that expansion joint instead of in the front.
Yeah.
So the water runs out on top of the pillars, and then in the wintertime when it freezes, it's busted off.
Like Kingdom Come, like that Kingdom Come.
You know,
bridge
we're
there, it's
talking-
got
yeah.
gaps in it, water goes right, yeah.
It's preventive maintenance, it's not really a complaints per se. I'd like to see them look at it and make sure that we don't get in, that something could be done so the bridge, I'm not saying it's gonna collapse,
Well, they'll be
but
up
we don't
there,
wanna get into that situation.
they'll be up there in a couple of weeks, they're gonna have to clear those trees and stuff off at that dollar store, you know, those trees there?
Yeah.
And all the way around the bypass, going
Right.
they were off to the golf course, they're gonna be cutting all those trees down.
That'd look nice.
In about 2 weeks.
I was looking at, go ahead. if I didn't-
Well, no, you finish, I've got another thing.
I was looking at this report for maintenance logs on police vehicles. One of them says, like these brakes need replaced and stuff. Are we taking care of those? Is that,
I hope so, are we, Ken?
No tread on tires, it's,
I was gonna ask
We
you about
got,
that
we need
oil
one
usage.
vehicle that definitely needs tires. It's
Yeah,
got to
that
have.
one, soldiers. I tell you what, until we can get the tires, why don't you park that one up and let alternate those cars, rotate them, you know?
Okay.
They do it that way, and then we'll get the tires and put it back on the road. And what about the ones, the 4 quarts of oil that was put in those new cars? You know, at one time, did, we need to contact,
The Dodge dealership that we bought them from.
and ask them if there's a recall on those cars?
Yeah,
So
we've
they're
actually
still under
had,
warranty.
there's been a few of them that's had, now, as for instance, my car, it's been fine. It hasn't leaked any oil or anything. But we have had a couple that's had, oil leaks.
Yeah, right, we have an oil change, I think, on one of them, and then next week it's 4 quarts oil more. You know,
Yeah,
there's a
that,
recall
Well,
on
when you got the oil changed, did you check, see if they actually put the oil in?
did
I
you?
mean, really?
now,
I didn't
Because-
change it, you know, but I.
Because that's what you put in a
somebody
car.
should've done.
yeah, I can't say, that. I don't know that. I can't answer that at this time. I'll get you an answer for it.
But there was 2 of them, see, that's too much of a coincidence, you know.
Yeah, I think the car that was actually low on oil was actually Cody's car, and Cody said he had checked it a week before that, and it was fine. I don't know if something happened to it between that week or what, for it to be that low on oil.
Until we find out, I just check the oils every day, all the fluid levels.
Like every time you get in.
I've actually having them fill this same form that I'm giving you all out every day. That way we
But
know
there
for
was a
sure.
recall on those oil filters